We replaced the roof on our home. Gosh, it's probably 10 years old now. So let's just say it was 2011 or 2012, sometime during the recession, before things came out of the recession. We had some hail damage, or we had something. We had a flat 3-tabbed shingle roof, and we decided that when we replaced the roof on our house that we would use a longer-lasting shingle and an architectural shingle. So we decided we would go with a 30, or we might even go with a 40-year shingle on the roof. And I did not realize, so the roof that was on our house originally was black. And the roof that's on the house now is, I believe the actual color name was Wedgewood or something wood, and I apologize that I can't remember. But it's sort of a gray, it's sort of a brown. I don't really know how to describe it. And it's an architectural roof, which means, you know, instead of having 3 flat tabs like we had on roofs for years and years so that the appearance of the roof was perfectly flat, if you look at the roof, the shingles look textured. So it looks like part of the shingles is thicker than other part of the shingles, and that's because that's exactly what it is. You have little sections of the shingles that are thicker or have an additional layer, and it just gives you some architectural interest to the home. But what I didn't realize is how much the color of the roof affects the color of everything. For example, the door, the shutters, and how it can influence the colors that you use on the inside of the house. And now I'm not saying that this is not what would happen, but let's just say you had a roof and it had a metal or tin roof. Then you might very well choose a different color scheme for the inside of the house. You might have different furnishings. You might have different driveways and walkways and stoops, if you will. So the color and the type of the roof makes a huge difference in what you choose for the inside. So specific materials set the design tone. You know, roofs are constructed out of metal or shingles or specialized materials such as wood shakes or ceramic tiles. My father had a slate roof, like slate tile roof. It was absolutely gorgeous, but can you imagine how heavy that was? And what's interesting is it was a house that was down in the Buckhead area, not too far from where the governor's mansion is, and that slate roof on an old home built in the early 1900s, 1910 or 20 or whenever it was, it just looked right. It looked right. I'm going to call it a mansion. It wasn't a mansion. It was a very simple home in the area surrounded by mansions, but that slate roof looked beautiful, and the whole inside of the house was very traditional, very elegant, very old school, and it all just matched so very well. You need to think about what your cooling needs are. My home that I live in was built in 1991, and on hot days in the past, there was no way I could stay upstairs. It just simply got too hot. And I never thought about the roof material and the color of the roof having an influence over how it protected the home from heat. But you can take functionality into consideration when choosing your roofing materials. You know, in the summer months, your roofing style will greatly affect the inside temperature of your home. Metal roofing reflects sunlight the best, thus making the interior of your home stay cooler. Be interesting to have a metal roof. They do it a lot of times on the front porches and over the gables and stuff like that on homes in Atlanta. But on the other hand, a shingle roof causes a hotter interior temperature with the opposite effect during the winter. So shingled roof might be better in the winter and worse in the summer. But what's interesting is the color of the roof makes a big difference. So if you have a black roof, it tends to absorb heat. So it makes the attic hotter, which might make it more difficult to keep the inside of your home cool. And if you had a white roof, I have not seen a white roof in forever, that would reflect the sun the best and might very well keep the attic cooler.